Hello, my name is Daisy.
Hey, my name's Alyssa.
And this is
Terrifying Talks.
Midnight creeps and shadows fall, whispered secrets through the walls. Ghostly figures start to sway. Tune in now, don't be afraid. Terrifying talks tonight. Chill your bones till morning light. Spooky tales to make you jump. Heart beats fast with every thump.
I would like to formally say this to start us off. Alyssa decided that she wasn't gonna watch the fucking movie.
Look. I thought we agreed to only watch one of them.
We're doing 2 movies today, but Alyssa only watched one because she's a cuckoo brain of a person.
I swear to God, we had this conversation.
She's on crack cocaine that has like heroin in it or whatever. Can heroin be?
I'm gonna cry.
I'm gonna cry. Starts bawling her eyes.
I'm sorry.
This is the plan. It's too late to apologize. Anyways, what the fuck is up, terrifying talkers? Bow, 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 bow. Anyways, today what episode is this? 28?
28.
Same thing every day. Not every day.
Every week.
Every week. What episode? We're just honestly rolling the dice on this one.
Always.
If you're new, welcome. If you're not new, still welcome. Love you. Follow, subscribe, whatever else that you can do. Facebook, Instagram, whatever social media we have that we don't keep track of because we're not balls and don't know how to do anything correctly as people who want to succeed in podcasting.
The only one we really focus on is Facebook.
It's just easier.
It really is.
Anyways, also want to just put it out there. Our last episode is doing
great.
It's doing a lot better than we've been doing.
Yeah.
Especially
within
from
the first couple
week.
days too.
Yeah. I think last week kind of.
Last week was
the monkey. Not okay, so not last week. Last week was haunting hours. The week before, so 2 weeks ago when we discussed the monkey. That shit, y'all
did not like that apparently.
Yeah. You know what though? That's okay. I get it. Y'all hate me. Y'all hate Alyssa. Y'all hate us. That's okay. That's cool. You motherfuckers, why won't you watch it? You can't watch it. Why won't you listen to it? Anyways, so we're going to be talking about some of the Boogeyman movies. When I mean some, I mean 2. And the 2 that we're doing is basically the originals versus the one that just came out a couple years ago. So, bear with us because Alyssa only watched one of them, and I'll let you take a guess on which one that is. And if you guess right, maybe I'll throw in a fucking prize. How about that? Make her feel a little bad. And I'll make Alyssa pay for it all. Wow. What can I say? Time is money, and money is time. And you took away my time.
Look, I felt awful. I thought you was joking at first. I really thought you were joking.
I was like, I literally wrote notes on this shit. Anyways.
You want to hear something creepy?
Me?
Yeah.
What?
It felt like something just kicked the back of my chair.
Bitch, don't tell me that. I live in this fucking car. Like, I'm in it 24/7.
I don't know if it's because how sometimes, like, your car, like...
When I regenerates.
I'm hoping that's what it was.
I'm pretty sure that's what it is, and I think you're on crack. Yeah, episode 28?
Yes.
Okay, episode 28.
Wait, did you actually forget it was that for the bit?
Yeah, no, I forgot. No bit in here. So, just so you guys know, when I initially made the title of this, it was supposed to be a gay joke, but I decided to not go with the gay joke. So, I titled this one, What Lurks in the Dark. It's me, bitch.
Open the closet door, there's Daisy.
I want to tell you so bad how I came out to my mom. It was so funny.
Oh my God. Wait, is that how?
Listen. Sorry, Mom. This is a true story. You can keep this in if you want
Thank
to.
God. I was about to
No,
ask, am I
just-
cutting it out?
You can keep it in. I don't care. So I remember, I think I was like 16, somewhere around there, and I remember going to my mom and I looked her in the face and I was like, Mom, I have to tell you something. She's like, okay, and I was like, okay, and I did a little spin. I went inside her closet and I closed the door and then I opened it and I was like, Merry Christmas, your daughter's gay. And she's like happy? I'm like, no. And my sister-in-law was down the hallway. She goes, your daughter's gay, Margie. She likes women. True story. That's how I came out. And then I came back inside because it was getting a little chilly. And then I married a man. Anyways, let's get going. So I want to just start off with the 2005 Boogeyman. So we decided we were going to do Boogeyman 2. I don't know why we decided that. I think it might have been...
Wait, 2005?
Yeah, it's 2000. Oh, I'm a liar. That's the first one. 2008.
Okay.
Sorry, it was embedded in my
I
brain.
looked down because I had it written down. I was like, wait a minute. Did I
You
watch
watched
the wrong one? I literally sent you a picture of the one that I watched.
I know. That would have been my fuck up. It's still my fuck up. I wrote down 2008. I don't know. The first one... Oh, okay, so I looked up the first one, okay, because I wanted to see before we talked about it how similar it was to the second one, and it's generally basically the same.
I feel
thing.
like the 3 originals
are typically have the same.
practically copy paste, but with different characters and a slightly different premise.
Yeah, Boogeyman 2 on their thing it says M2, which I thought was
M2.
Yeah, it says Boogeyman 2, but like watching it, the M and the 2 are
Oh,
like highlighted,
okay.
which I thought was kind of weird. But yes, 2008, and if you don't know what it is about, it's about a young woman who attempts to cure her phobia of the boogeyman by checking herself into a mental health institution, only to realize her worst fears come to life. So this was released January 8th, 2008. It was rated on IMDb.
Yep.
You said DB.
I know, I'm over here
Trying to
mouthing it to you.
It was rated a 5 out of 10, which was very...
Really?
Yeah, which was very interesting to me. And based on the budget and stuff like that, we'll get to that. It makes sense why it would be 5.
It tracks.
The runtime is 93 minutes or an hour and 33 minutes. So the budget for this movie was estimated to be $4.5 million.
What if you had $4.5 million to just blow on a movie? I would keep it for one. I wouldn't spend it on a movie, but...
But you gotta realize when it comes to like directors and like rich ass people, like 4.5 million isn't like a dent in their fucking piggy
That's so
bank.
crazy to me because that is life-changing money, and to them it's just like chump change.
Yeah. You know what though? Good on them for this chump change because it was I think it deserves more than a 5.10.
Exactly. That's why
we'll definitely talk about it.
I think that's why I said I wanted to do 2 because I liked it a lot more.
I remember the movies. I remember watching like when I was younger.
Yeah.
So I don't remember the movie. So rewatching them, I was like, bitch, what?
Yeah.
And you can see in my notes, I was like,
Bro,
what the
wait,
fuck?
no, 'cause I literally have some note at the bottom, and then I had to backtrack that note because I was like, oh, okay.
Anyways, but the budget was estimated 4.5 million, but the gross worldwide, do you want to take a guess?
I already know what it is.
It's fucking shocking. It's shut up, just be surprised.
Oh, okay, hold on. What is it?
Oh my god, it's $1.7 million gross worldwide. What do you have?
It's a 4.28 million for me.
What the fuck, bitch? Are they lying to me? Are you looking at the right one?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't believe you. Where are you looking at?
I don't remember where
Budget
it
was 4.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it said. You know what? This release date says something different
Yes.
too.
Oh, that goes into one of the facts I have.
Then we could get into it. Maybe what I'm writing is very false.
I think it could potentially be because there's 2 facts that I have. So it was originally came out October 20th of 2007 for the Screamfest Film Festival.
Yep, I saw that.
And then it came out in 2008 was a release direct to video in the
Yeah,
US.
I see that.
But then it also had a theatrical release in Russia and Italy.
So maybe that's...
It could be higher because of the Russia and Italy theatrical.
Okay, so domestic video sales were $2 million.
Mhm.
And then international releases was 3. Like, together it's 3 million. But maybe it's just, like, US then. US-wise, it's like 1.7. Because that would get that right here.
Mhm.
Maybe for international releases, 1.7. So maybe the total gross is it says right here, total gross is 4.3.
Mhm.
But I think it's two separate things.
And they just combined it all for the worldwide.
Yeah. So it could be. Yeah.
Look at us learning things together.
But I do see here it says that it's slightly below what the estimated budget is, which kind of sucks because you lost out in about 200,000.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. But
I'm bad at math.
I can't think right now for math. I'm too upset at you. I'm kidding.
You're gonna make me cry.
I'm kidding. So I just want to go over the cast a little bit. So we have, if you don't know by now, I'm very bad at names.
It's okay. I'm gonna be bad at names later on, and you'll probably get mad at me.
So we have Danielle Swarf, who plays Laura. Matt Cohen, who plays Henry, which Laura and Henry are brothers and sisters. You have Mae Whitman, who plays Allison. That's the one. What were you gonna say?
She looked familiar to me, but I couldn't remember from where.
She's in Good Girls. She's in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. She's in quite a few things.
Like, she looked so... What have I seen her in?
Speaking of, she was at Comic-Con.
Was she really?
Yeah. So that was really... I went to Comic-Con this past weekend. So that was really super fucking fun. And got to meet a couple of really cool people, including seeing a little bit of from afar. I love seeing people from afar. It's kind of crazy when you could see celebrities from eye distance.
Really?
Yeah. I think it's like kind of crazy. Like, you're paying when I could see you from literally afar. It's like, do you know when you go inside of like the mall and they have that store with the dogs in it, and you know you can't get a dog because they're really expensive, but you love to look at them? That was kind of like how I felt at Comic-Con, staring from afar at some of the celebrities. I got to meet a couple of them, but... Are you looking?
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck I've seen her from. I see she was at, what did it say, Duff? But I've never actually watched Duff, so I don't know if it's just from, like, the trailers and shit that I remember her from. I
know her from a lot. Look, yeah, so Good Girls I've watched. I don't know. I've never watched Friends. Scott Pilgrim, I knew she was in that. That's like my favorite movie ever. Didn't know she was in any of the Tinkerbells. Oh, The Perks of Being a Wallflower. She's Charlie's first girlfriend. Have you seen that one?
Nope.
Fuck. That one's that movie, that is my crying movie.
See, that's why I haven't watched it, because I don't like crying.
I read the book first.
Yeah?
Yeah. Before I watched the movie. I forgot who gave me the book, but someone gave me the book, and I have it on my bedside.
Yeah?
I do. It's such a good book. I lost my copy, and my mom got me one for Christmas. I love that woman. Anyways, but yeah, she's on quite a few things. Love her though. Anyways, moving forward, we have the one and only Tobin Bell.
Yes, I saw him in there, and I was like, I don't remember you being in here.
We laughed. You'll hear it later. Anyways, Tobin Bell, who plays Dr. Allen. We have Renee O'Connor, who plays Dr. Ryan. We have Chrissy Griffin, who plays Nikki. Michael Grazadine, anyways, who plays Damon, I think it was. David Gallagher, who plays Mark, and the one and only Johnny Simmons, who plays Paul. Love Johnny Simmons. I love when he's in horror films. He's in Jennifer's Body. Let's talk about this movie. Yeah. Okay. The beginning of the movie starts off when Laura and Henry are little itty bitty kids. It's Laura's birthday, which also I'll mention my little comment here in a second.
Oh.
So it's Laura's birthday. They're blowing out the candles. It's a beautiful motherfucking night. Henry's got to go to the bathroom, but the light's flickering and he's scared of the dark because of the boogeyman. Okay. Then he doesn't go potty because he's like, fuck that shit. Okay. It's dark. It's scary. And I'd rather pee my pants. So they're at the table. He's bouncing his goddamn leg. The The dad's like, didn't you just go fucking pee, bro?
And he lies.
He definitely lies. He said, oh, yeah, for sure.
I definitely did.
And then the sister, Laura, looks at Henry and said, like, they gave eyeballs, and then she looked at her dad and was like, yeah, the light's broken. You gotta fix it again. Then, you know, they're going to bed, whatever. Laura's playing with her new toys. I'm assuming that's what it was. Either way.
I think so, yeah.
Might have been new toys, old toys, doesn't matter. It's her birthday. She's up. She's partying. We're in her dollhouse. Then, all of a sudden,
I like that little accent change there.
thank you, all of a sudden, the dad gets fucking murdered. Fucking murdered right in front of Laura's eyes.
Why did you go from like British to Australian?
First of all, are you fucking shitting on my accent?
No, it sounded really good. I just think it's funny that you went from one to the other.
Maybe I was feeling a little international. Okay, so shut the fuck up.
Never.
Anyways, so yeah, they're dying right in front of the kids. The kids got severe fucking trauma. And then 10 years later, they're adults. Adulting.
Weren't they like, because didn't she say she just turned 18?
I think so.
So they were like just fresh adults.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't that much older than her.
I don't think so. I think like
A year or two.
I was going to say between 2 or 3 years at the most, if
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Because she, I think, was turning 8. I think that was it. I think that's what the candles.
Oh, wait. He said he was 11. The dad said he was 11. So 8, 9, 10, 3 years.
Yeah, look at that.
I can
I looked at them. I said, yeah, that's a 3-year difference. I thought they waited. Yeah, they're adults now, whatever. They're still going through, well, to be fair, Henry, from the beginning, talks about how he's overcome his traumas, fears from basically witnessing and seeing his parents literally dead. So there's that.
You want to know what I want to know?
What?
So,
Interrupting me.
sorry.
Just
It just
kidding.
goes along with it. The the guy that comes in, that was an actual intruder, right? Like it wasn't Boogeyman.
Yeah. So
Like it was a legit intruder.
It was like, okay, so this whole movie, I think I would personally like an origin story of the original Boogeyman.
Yeah.
Because I feel like as kids, when you see, because they're scared in the first place,
Mhm.
right? Of the whole thing of the light,
Mhm.
right? So I want to know, is it just being kids that they felt like there was a Boogeyman?
Right. Like
You know-
what came to them believing in Boogeyman to begin with?
Yeah, and then another thing, it was in fact an actual intruder who never was caught and whatnot. And the other thing too is that you don't really realize it at first, but when Henry, before he goes upstairs, he closes the door, and as he
Yep.
went up, it opened back up.
Yep.
So that was obviously something where you had to pay attention to, because then that's when everything just kind of starts, when, you know, the intruder officially comes in and all that and mumbo jumbo. So was indeed, I'm pretty sure I put that down here somewhere on the lines of like, was it real?
Yeah.
Was it all in her head? Anyways, don't know where I stopped, but I think
him
on the lines
talking
of
about him overcoming his trauma.
yeah, him overcoming it. Laura still has, you know, all these nightmares, all these blah, 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 has all these lights on before she goes to sleep, takes her door off the closet, blah, 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 yada, yada. He himself Henry was in the same mental institution with basically the same people that
Yes.
she ends up going, you know, involved with, I guess. Yeah, Laura decides for herself that if it helped him, it's going to help her and it's going to benefit them both. So that's what happened. Mr. Henry had to go far away, I'm assuming it was. Because
It was
he
for
said
an
was a
interview.
a
Mhm.
job interview, because something medical group that offered him. Anyways, that's not the point. He was quote unquote far away.
Mm-hmm.
End
Quote
quote.
unquote. Okay. Love the quotes.
Things at the time. Anyways, so Laura goes into this mental institution. Everybody there is kind of a fucking asshole.
Only kind of.
Only kind of. I think there was only two.
There was the two guys.
So it was Matt and Paul.
Yes.
Yes, who were nice to them. The rest of them were
Really
what?
shitty.
Yeah. To be fair, right? Not to be fair, but to be honest, if you're fucking shitting on someone for having a fear of the Boogeyman, but you're fucking, one, What Allison can't stop cutting herself because she's scared not to.
Yep.
Fucking Darren, right? Darren. It was Darren.
Darren
was fucking scared of the world and people.
Yeah.
Okay. Fucking not Chrissy. That's her real name. Sorry, Nikki.
Mm-hmm.
Nikki was motherfucking scared to gain weight.
Yep.
Okay. So who's fucking? First of all, shut your fat fucking mouths. Okay.
I like the use of fat there.
Thanks. Because like, why the fuck are you shitting on someone?
Well, not only that, you're literally in an institution for fears, so obviously everyone's gonna have a fear. Why does it matter what the fear is?
Honestly, if I went up into that institution and people were they were giving me shit, I'm fucking, these hands are ready.
I was just about to say, start throwing hands.
I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, bitch, let me shove this fat ass burger in your mouth, and you fucking fat bitch. I'd be like, you know what? How about you go on the treadmill since you're looking so fucking fat? And that bitch wasn't even fucking fat.
She was not.
Dude, the scene where she like was taking off her clothes and her titties were out and shit,
Yeah.
I was like, I had to skip it because I was like, bitch, you're not fucking fat. Your titties are standing the way they need to fucking be standing. I'm like, you fucking
stomach flat.
You know what though? Body dysmorphia is kind of like a real
No,
fucking
it
thing.
definitely
It's kinda crazy.
is.
But also at the same time, I'm like, bitch, being scared to get fat. I'm like, speaking of, okay, I saw a post today, okay, on TikTok where it's like, this girl was explaining that she used to be super skinny and she couldn't wait to get bigger, okay? Then she got bigger and she's like, I don't want to be big anymore. I want to be where I used to be. I wanted to be skinny again. And she was like, the moral of the story is no matter where you are in life, you're never going to be happy. So these little pointless like things of you degrading yourself and stuff like that is like useless. It's because you're never going to be happy with the way you look.
Yeah.
No matter what version of yourself you are.
Yeah, like I see the post, it's all like, I wish I was the fat that I was in high school, because in high school you weren't actually that fat.
Oh, girl,
compared to now.
I'm
over here like
I believe it. Anyways, but yeah, fuck them. They could kiss my fat ass, okay? And good on Laura for fucking
standing up for herself.
Always standing up for herself. I think from there, when what's-her-face, Laura arrives, it just turns into a shit show. Everybody's just dropping like flies.
Honestly.
And some of the notes, so the notes that I wrote from the beginning put, do we think a lot of the trauma as kids witnessing their parents dying stem from the illusion of Boogeyman? So that's what we kind of touched on.
Yeah.
So just the moral of, where did Boogeyman start with in the first place? And then I go, Laura is very codependent, trauma bonded with her brother for fucking real. Like,
which is crazy because like you would have thought it was the other way around, since he was the one that went to the institution, but like she pretended like she was okay. Which, why didn't they just go together? I
think because
if they went together, then there wouldn't be a movie. But
I also believe that because of the age difference, he was an adult and he was able to go to by himself, and she was still a minor, like in school and stuff. So I think
because then he could just admit himself. Wait, so obviously both the parents died. Where'd they wind up?
No idea.
They didn't touch base on that?
I don't think so.
Did they touch base on how long he was in the institution for?
Maybe. I couldn't tell you.
I don't remember either.
As much as I pay attention to details, I didn't wink at the fucking brother until the end of the movie.
Really?
Swear to God.
Bro, you want to know my first note? Henry is a cutie.
Really?
I thought he was so cute.
Well, he's kind of crazy.
Well, yeah, that goes into my next note.
To be fair, towards the end of the movie, I was like, oh. Ah, really? Harry? You fucking
you like him
crazy
toxic.
That's untrue. You want to know why?
Why?
Because I don't have toxic people in my life because I cut them off. So boom, in your face, bitch. Yeah, also wrote down, why were they scared of the dark before the incident? And then it kind of cuts to, 10 years later, like we've said, they're in the institution, blah, 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 blah. And one of the doctors, if you didn't already hear for yourself, Mr. Tobin Bell, I wrote down, the fucking jigsaw master himself. What? So, was really super excited. At first, I was like, I know that motherfucker. And I was like, that motherfucker.
You really looked at him and was like, oh, I know him? It didn't just...
No, it clicked, but like I wasn't... Okay, you gotta remember, I was watching this in the middle of the fucking work day. No, I wasn't. Who whoever listens to this at work. So I'm not watching it. I'm listening to it, okay? And so I'm like, I know this motherfucker. And I looked at my phone and I said, bitch, why does the motherfucker Jigsaw mess on himself? And I literally wrote that. And I was like, oh, yes, bitch. And then I thought to myself, I'm like, this motherfucker looked old literally his whole life.
I was just going to say.
He looks the fucking same. Whatever, bitch, whatever the fuck is that magic young serum? Pass it this way because I'm looking a little wrinkly. No, I'm not. I just wanted to say that. Maybe for later when I do get really wrinkly. Not me being 25.
I don't want to hear it.
Womp womp. Anyways, let's get into the fucking kills, motherfucker. So we'll start off with the first one who died.
I was going to say, you want to go in order?
Yeah, we go in order. So the first one to get knocked down like a bowling pin was Mark. Mark was one of the first people to be nice to her and apologize on everybody else's behalf. He was scared of the dark.
Yes. Which I thought was funny that, like, they had similar fears. He was afraid of the dark. She was afraid of what's in the dark.
Yeah. Super nice. Super cool. I don't know initially, like, how it all happened, per se, with his kill. But he was basically cut in half through the elevator shaft.
He had went downstairs because one of the guards had gave him some gave him some weed.
Shawana. Devers Reddish.
So then he went down into the basement because I guess there was a library or something down there.
Something. I think it might
There's
have been
a lot of fucking bookcases.
I think it could have been like something on the case, like whatever mental institution.
Yeah, like it could have been like their files and shit, maybe.
Yeah, records, maybe books of
and
like
he had
crazy things.
Some specific magazines hidden away.
They were porn.
And he busts out his snacks. Like, why you got everything just hidden down there?
First of all, you think you're smoking weed, you're stuck in an institution. You get a little hungry when you're horny, okay? He probably wanted a little snack while he's beating the meat.
Oh my god, I don't even want to think about him doing that down there. But so then as he sparks it up, he heard like a door slam or something, and then that's when the lights started going off and he's like, I'm down here still.
Yeah, and then he gets snatched up and cut in half. Yeah, I think I would rate his kill towards the bottom versus everybody else's. His was very more on the calm side. Like, it definitely seemed like it would be like a Final Destination accident type of vibe. Yeah,
I don't know if it's just because it was the first one that there was just more to like surpass it.
I don't know. There was some crazy fucking kills up in this bitch. Anyways, after Mark, it was Paul. Was it Paul? It was. Oh, it was Paul. So Paul is a germaphobe. He was very, like, he carried hand sanitizer on him. He was very, he had his own chair.
Yep.
I know he freaked out about him
sitting in the wrong chair because there was a piece of gum under it.
Fucking dickheads.
I think, it goes more along with once you find out what's actually going on, but I wonder if
instigating.
If it was planted there and it was still his chair.
It looked okay when you think about old gum versus new gum that was just there. Definitely looked like newer gum that just came out of someone's mouth versus someone chewed something that was there for a couple hours, or you know what I mean. It definitely looked fresh. So he freaked out. So after Paul, I felt like went into a very big cleaning mode.
He did, because he said that Mark was the one that made him believe he could get better.
Yeah.
And without Mark, he felt like he couldn't get better.
Yeah, so he just went into a cleaning frenzy. And it did mention this in the movie that Paul, when he had snacks, had him in like airtight Ziploc, like not Ziploc.
I think he had them in Ziploc bags, folded up, and then in those storage containers, like airtight storage containers.
When you think of germaphobe, think about the most craziest thing you could think of. Like, he wore gloves. He made his own concoction of
chemicals because they weren't strong enough.
Yeah, to have everything clean.
How did they allow him to have that in there?
I think it was like obviously a mental institution, but I think it was more of like a rehab type of center rather than an actual mental institution where they wanted to kill themselves.
Besides the
but
one.
Allison,
Yeah.
that kind of, I was like, bitch, you need to be locked up, bitch. Anyways, we'll get to that in a second. But Paul went to go grab his lovely snacks after cleaning, and when he went to go take a big full chunk of bite, he had a roach in his mouth and in his bag and everywhere.
Quite a few.
And he flipped to the point where Boogeyman came in. He kicked him that bottle of created beautiful concoction that Paul made, and Paul drank it.
Guzzled that shit down.
No hesitation. And he ultimately ended up foaming at the mouth, dying. R.I.P. Johnny Simmons. Anyways, Paul. Anyways, but that's how Paul died. After Paul, it was... So, I know the doctor dies. Dr. Ryan. She doesn't die, technically.
Yeah, but it's like a fake out.
She gets electrocuted super severely. I forgot the girl's name.
It started with a K, I want to say.
Yeah. I didn't write it down. But she was like a nurse or whatever.
I want to say it was Kelly.
No, I don't think it was Kelly. I definitely don't think it was Kelly.
Was that Gloria?
It was.
It doesn't start with a K at all.
Yeah, no, I definitely did not think it was whatever the fuck you said. Kelly, did you say?
I said Kelly. Bro,
Jesus Christ.
To be fair, there is someone called Kelly.
Get the fuck out of here.
I mean, that's their actual name.
I know Dr. Ryan and Gloria end up dying. They go down to the basement to try to open the doors because the doors don't open until the a.m. So after them, then it was Allison.
Yes.
Now, this is going to be the biggest trigger warning ever, please.
So such a bad trigger warning.
Very sensitive to, things of self-harm and whatnot, I suggest to skip this part, at least, of Allison. But Allison had a cutting issue.
That was her coping mechanism for the world.
Yeah, I think there was kind of more to it. I know she said her fear, her coping mechanisms, but she was scared to stop.
Yeah, of how she would feel afterwards.
Yeah, I think the whole thing is that her fear was facing her fears. Like the sense of actually feeling feelings, I guess you could technically say, because she was avoiding them, and what made her feel better was cutting. And I'm gonna be honest, I had to skip through her shit. Yeah, I had to fucking skip it. I could not watch it for the life of me. Her in the bathroom with the scissors.
Oh my god, that was so intense.
I was like, my jaw was on the floor like I've seen a pair of ugly titties or something. It was traumatizing to me. Nevertheless, that it was like on her thigh, and it was like, it looked really fucking deep. Like, I was like, how do they handle that afterwards? Like, what do you do? Like, that looked like it needed fucking stitches, bitch. Like, I held on to my legs. I was like, oh my god. I'm like, they're shaky. They're like, I felt like I could feel it. You know what I mean? But yeah, she ended up dying by being taped up to her bed. Yep. She had obviously open scars and stuff like that, and had maggots, I'm pretty sure, poured onto her. And she's like flipping out, obviously, because these maggots are going inside her skin, and right on where she could reach on her chest, a scalpel. And she went and basically bled out from all the cutting she was doing to get what you could assume the maggots out. So very traumatizing. I skipped over it. I couldn't watch it. Like, I saw that there was maggots. I saw they were going inside her skin. As soon as she grabbed the scalpel, I was like, skip. Yeah,
it didn't really show that much of it. No. I mean, it showed, like, all it really showed was, like, I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe I'm just so desensitized to it that I didn't think it was showing anything.
I think when it comes, I don't know, I'm not really, like, the look away of type of things, but I feel like that was just, it felt too sensitive for, like, to know why she was doing it. And, like, I feel like any other day, like, you could cut this out or, like, bleep it, whatever the fuck you want to do. But in the movie we watch, I'll say it like this, the movie we watched together at the movie theaters, and the potato
that we're
peeler,
gonna do at some point.
Yes, the potato peeler. Yeah, that one fucked me up. I was like, oh, that was her. not like in a bad way. Like, I could watch that shit, or like the Terrifier, stuff like that. I think it was just like, it was like unnecessarily deep for no reason for it to, I don't know, it just gave me really like,
gave you the
vibes.
ick?
Yeah, it gave me big ick. Anyways, yeah, it wasn't my favorite. Definitely at the bottom for me.
You want to know what's crazy for me? Because after she obviously dies, Laura comes in and finds her.
But then is gone.
Exactly.
Literally, like,
after she goes
not
to go
even
find
3
someone.
seconds later.
Yeah.
He was...
What I want to know, though, too, whatever actually happened to her. Like...
Or any of the bodies, because the bodies kind of...
I mean, I think they found some of them, but I don't know if they ever actually found hers.
That's interesting.
Because she disappeared, so it's like, what did he do with it?
You know what I realized, too? Maybe this could be a little theory, right? I don't want to spoil it, but what if she was in on it?
I was thinking
because there
that.
wasn't a lot of blood for as much as I would assume she was cutting. Because it was like all of her arm, right? And her leg poured... maybe because I don't know.
It could have just been like effects mishap where they just didn't add enough for the scene. But I want to think that she was in on it. Because why would it all of a sudden she's disappeared? Because that wouldn't have changed the outcome anyway.
I don't want to ruin the surprise. Anyways, so we'll move forward. So after Allison, it was Darren.
Yes.
Darren died by having his chest opened up and his heart
ripped out, essentially.
Yeah. Which I feel like was very poetic for him, because he was very cold, heartless, for someone who was scared
of the outside world.
That was...
Because when they started doing it based off of their fears, I really started thinking, well, how the fuck are they... Because I've seen the movie many times before, but I couldn't remember his. And I was like, how does he die? Like, how do you die when you're afraid of the outside world? And then they did that, and I was like, oh, okay.
I felt like that was very fitting for...
Especially after they just fucked.
Yeah. And he was like, bitch, we're not going to be together.
Bitch, get out of my crazy ass room.
So, just a little side note, Darren and Nikki were together at some point.
They were an on and off again thing.
Yeah, and Darren was just... You could look in the pictures, too, that they would take together. Darren was just not fucking invested at all.
She was more into it than he was.
Yeah, he, like, looked like he was just in it to get some.
Yeah, he was in it to get some, and she was in it to
be loved.
Feel the love and feel pretty.
Anyways, but that's how Darren died. After Darren, I believe is the craziest fucking kill of them all, which was Nikki's.
Yeah.
Nikki got, like, fat
injected
into her every
part of her.
Her head, all of it.
It was like shoved into her mouth. They had the fucking IVs and shit in her.
It didn't even look like IVs. It looked like fucking legit tubes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was kind of gross.
It was really gross. You know, I used to have dreams like that when I was younger.
Getting stuffed?
That sounds better than what it was, but yeah, essentially. Like, I would have dreams of being, like, on a hospital bed, and they would shove food, like, down my mouth and, like, just in my body, and I would get bigger. I had weird dreams growing up.
You know what? I always wanted to know how it feels like to be Violet Beauregard.
Oh, yeah.
And how she ate the gum, and she got, like, a big, giant blueberry. And to be that, like, round that I could, like, be pushed like a little bowling ball. I did write something about the roach scene, or just in general. We talked about all the kills. Fuck Nikki, she doesn't get any more space. No, I'm fucking tired of her. Anyways, I put the roach scene was crazy. There are playing tricks on how far one can go with their fears, but the quote-unquote boogeyman is real. To essentially finish what was started, is it Laura doing this and doesn't know? So that was what I originally thought during this movie, that it was actually Laura doing it.
I thought it was going to be like a play of she didn't remember.
Yeah, that's what, like, if she was schizophrenia.
Yeah. Well, especially because how she started digging into the files and found that file of the one patient. I don't remember his name.
It was a lot of people, looked like a lot of files of quote-unquote the boogeyman. But I kind of wish they kind of deeper into that. Because it feels like maybe it was similar things.
I think it was, though, because I don't...
What if it... But is it the same person? Or obviously it had to be different people because he couldn't be just like out and about all the time.
Well, but
throughout all these years.
I don't think... I think it was all
Copycat?
just in the... Yeah, I don't think it was a copycat or anything. Because the one file she had found was the guy that was schizophrenic, had a split personality, and he did essentially become the boogeyman, quotes. And I think it had said he had killed himself at some point afterwards, and that it was a failed experiment for... What was Tobin Bell's character's name?
Dr. Allen.
Yeah, him. That he was researching
and that's
it,
why,
whatever.
yeah, that's why he was
so
almost
adamant.
No, he almost lost his license or something because something like that happened.
Yeah.
I don't know, something happened, but
Yeah, that's why he was so scared about it, because he's like, oh my god, it's happening again. And it really was.
So that way we can move forward because we do have another movie to go through and it's 47 minutes.
Oh my
already.
god, is it really?
Yeah.
Jesus.
So the plot twist of it all was it was Henry. Henry's fucking the boogeyman. I literally wrote the brother. What the fuck?
You want to know what I wrote?
Yeah.
So I had said earlier I put Henry as a cutie, and after that came to light, I was like, ... why do the hot ones gotta be the killers?
Big facts. Before I end my notes, so you can go to yours, I forgot about how these movies were like how they forgot in general what these movies were about and how they happened. Now that we're going to be talking about the new one that came out in 2023, that it's very different to the newer version, and I wonder why they changed the script. I wonder what happened to the original. Anyways, go with your facts and all your fun things.
Production took place at the Linda Vista Community Hospital in LA, which was an actual abandoned hospital.
It looked abandoned.
Yeah. It took a little over 4 months before it wrapped up. All of the gore, the prosthetics, severed limbs, puppet work, whatever, were all created with only 10 team members from the Quantum Creation FX team.
Nice.
And that was it.
Well, what would you rate this lovely movie?
7 out of 10.
You think so? Do you think it deserves the rating that it was given?
I think it deserves a better rating.
I believe so too. And for it being a much older movie, and I know we talk about this quite a few times, I think it did better than a lot of the movies that came out within the early 2000s.
Yeah, it definitely, because there's some movies that don't age well.
Yeah.
I think this one still aged relatively well.
Yeah, and I honestly prefer maybe to go back to, I wouldn't say exactly as the original script, but I don't, now comparing the two, I don't like what they did with the new version versus what the old version is. Yeah. You know what I mean? I really, it kind of feels like almost like I Know What You Did Last Summer. It almost feels like, Scream. Just those type of vibes. And I would like to give that back. And I agree. I'd give it a 7 for sure.
Okay, continue. I had to look something up to go along with the next movie.
All right, we'll just jump into the next movie. I think this one would be short.
It'll definitely be short because it'll mainly be you just talking.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Look, I swear to God.
It's okay. The audience will know. Maybe they'll win something. I'll think about it. So The Boogeyman came out in 2023. Okay, if you don't know, it's about two sisters grieving the recent death of their mother without much support of their father, who is a therapist dealing with his own grief. But together, they must face a supernatural entity that feeds on the suffering of its victims. So one thing I want to kind of throw in there before we get into like the rates released, all that nonsense, and so on and so forth. I don't like how, like I said, how they made this an entity versus what. I mean, I like
so
it.
It's essentially like what in the real world what we assume Boogeyman is like an
actual boogeyman, like something scary,
like something not like an actual person,
which is fine, and I'm all for the supernatural version of it. Like, it wasn't a bad movie at all, but rewatching the original, I was just like, man,
It's
this
just
is
so
a really
good.
good movie.
Yeah.
Like, why would you change it?
Yeah.
I mean, granted, like I said, it's still a good movie, and it typically looked like it did really well, but I'll get into it. So, funny enough, the rate for this is only 0.9 more than the original. So, it got a 5.9 out of 10.
So still sucks.
Which I feel like their ratings are so fucking weird because I don't believe it deserves a 5.9 or 5.0.
Mm-hmm.
Because, listen, so before I get into that, it was released June 2nd, 2023.
Mm-hmm.
The budget was $35 million. This is where it got me because of the rating. It grossed $67 million worldwide.
Well, if you think about it, if people go to the theaters and buy the tickets or whatever, that goes towards, whatever gross thing.
Yeah.
But if they don't like the movie, they'll
That's
still rate
true.
it badly. So you can still
Yeah,
make
I
money
guess
and people not like it.
That's true, but when you think about movie theaters, how many people really go, okay, now with streaming and stuff like that, how many people
definitely not as much.
go, and mind you, this is 2023, COVID is that's 3 years from COVID, and granted it might have
It took a while for that to calm down.
Yeah, not just that, a lot of people were really scared to just go out in general. So I couldn't imagine how many people are with streaming and all that other stuff. How much does it have to take for it to get that far? Because I feel like a lot of people would have just bought it from maybe like Amazon, and I feel like a lot of that goes towards Amazon more than it does the movie because I don't know, I think it's a whole thing. But worldwide, 67 million. Opening week did make 12 million, which is quite a bit. The runtime of this is 98 minutes or 1 hour and 38 minutes. Get into the character Sophie Thatcher, which was very crazy because she looks very young.
For the fact that it's only been 2 years since we saw her in another movie.
In Companion. I know we did talk about that movie.
Yeah,
so.
that was one of the first. That was the first episode, wasn't it? Because didn't we do it for Valentine's Day?
I think we did.
Mm-hmm.
I think that could have been, yeah. Or was it after Heidi's in horror?
I don't remember anymore.
Oh no, it was after. It was after because we talked about like robots and shit like that.
Bro, I barely remember last week, so.
Me. Anyways, Sophie Thatcher's in it. Love Sophie Thatcher. She's fucking smoking. But in this movie, she looks very young, so it was kind of confusing because it didn't look like Sophie Thatcher, and I was like, wow, she looks familiar, but I don't know from where. Anyways, then who plays Sadie? Sorry. And then a Vivian Laura Blair, who plays the little girl Sawyer. Great fucking actress. She's gonna go fucking far. I just know it.
Mm-hmm.
Is she the one who's in Megan?
I've never seen Megan.
Really?
Yeah, it didn't interest me because of all the reviews.
It's V-I-V.
Oh, don't worry, I have it written down here
Okay.
too because of a fact.
Let me see.
She was in Bird Box,
What?
which I still also have not seen.
Really? Oh, she's in Obi-Wan Kenobi. Oh, she plays Leia in Obi-Wan. That's where I know her from. Wait, let me make sure before I fucking talk ass on me. Yeah, she does. I knew it. Okay, no wonder why she looked familiar. But Vivian, Blair plays the little girl Sawyer. Chris Messina plays the dad. David, I can't pronounce his last name.
Dastmalchian.
You got it, girl. Who plays Lester Billings, which is a very important person in this movie. He kind of starts it all off. And then I did write this down only to put a certain thing you wouldn't understand.
Of course I won't.
I put, for the people who have watched it or is going to watch it, Maddie Nichols, who plays Natalie. And then I put in quotations, bitch. She was kind of a bitch.
Uh-huh.
We'll get into it.
Was she
Actually,
like the
let's
Nikki?
get into it. So first off, I want to say this because I feel like a lot of the times when I talk about people I hate in movies, I just want to let everybody know, hate the character, don't hate the fucking
actor,
unless they're
shitty,
shit
actor.
Actually, yeah. Not a shit actor, just like a shit fucking person.
I mean, they
Anyways,
could be a shit actor too.
Yeah. So Sadie, Sophie Thatcher, lost her mom, okay? And she goes back to school after a month, and Natalie is her name, aka bitch, was just like, oh, basically, like, get over it. Like, I'm not gonna pity you. and was like such a fucking dickhead. I don't know, was just disgustingly fucking she was just a disgusting character. But yeah, she was a terrible fucking person, and I hate her in this movie. But I'll going in my notes. This movie I felt like was more psychological than it was anything. A lot of it was based off of, you know, like I said in the description, it was based off someone's grief or, you know, suffering. I'll just kind of go through it. I feel like a lot of people have seen this movie. Besides Alyssa.
I'm sorry.
I put very psychological, played mind games on the week. I did also say Lester encountered the boogeyman. I believe he said it was kind of right after his baby had SIDS or something.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what SIDS is?
Sudden infant
Okay,
death.
I just wanted to make sure.
I'm not that stupid.
No, well, because you don't have kids, so I didn't know.
I'm pretty sure we learned it in school.
Okay.
It
Okay.
stuck with me.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. Anyway, so he's encountered said boogeyman. He goes inside the dad's house because he's a therapist, and you know, he goes sees a therapist for the things that he's feeling. And I think that's when the boogeyman just kind of started arriving, and it was kind of spooking and all this other stuff. Took Sawyer's tooth and all this other.
What is he, like the Tooth Fairy?
Apparently.
Sounds more
It
like
was-
Darkness Falls. Did I make you watch that movie?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
Anyways, but it's a pretty crazy movie, to be fair. I enjoyed it. I think there was a lot of aspects where I thought it was kind of, you know, a little stupid. I definitely give it a 6.5 maybe out of 10. And maybe rate it higher if I, like, paid fully attention to what the fuck is going on. But I put why Lester chose to, you know, if you're sensitive to these topics, please just skip. But trigger warning. He hung himself. He committed, you know, in the house of because the dad was a therapist, like at his house. And Lester hung himself in their mom's closet door. Yeah. She's making a weird face. But then I wrote down, is that like how the boogeyman is kind of introduced? You kind of like have to pass it down like a curse in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know.
Kind of like a summoning.
Yeah, almost just to be like, hey, go on to this fucking person, please. The acting was pretty good with it being a remake. I put, what does the monster do? Does it thrive on just terror? Does it take its soul in a sense of way? And I think it does, because I wish you watched it, because
I'm sorry.
and at the end of the movie, they, you know, essentially basically kill the boogeyman. Kind of not really, there's kind of whole thing, but they set him on fire or whatever, and you could hear like everybody else's voices and shit, and like almost escaping. Anyways, I also put down, why is the dad in so much denial, especially after the daughter goes into the hospital. So the little girl, Sawyer, was thrown into a TV. She was like, by the boogeyman.
Poltergeist.
By the fucking boogeyman, okay? The dad's just like, oh, she just needs help. She just, you know, I haven't been giving her the attention that she needs from losing her mom. And in my head, I was like, why are you in so much denial? Because how the fuck do you, like, make up those, like, you go to the hospital and your daughter was thrown into his fucking literal TV? Like, how do you explain, like, how do your daughter just do that? Like, I guess you could run into a fucking TV, but if I had to take my daughter to the hospital and had to explain that she threw herself into the fucking TV,
They're gonna look at you and be like, sure.
Not just that, like, that little girl is not going anywhere. You're going to a psych fucking ward. Anyways, but I hated that the dad was just, like, not there, and it was frustrating. But anyways, at the end of the movie, it was kind of crazy. They essentially all together defeated said supernatural boogeyman thingamabobber, okay? And the boogeyman, so they were at their therapist or whatever, and they're leaving after a really good session. It feels like everything's closed off. And then right before, you know, they leave, so it was Sawyer, the dad, and then she heard her therapist's voice. It's like, oh, you know, come in here for a second. I gotta show you something. And she goes in there, and no one's in there. The closet door is open.
Oh, that's creepy.
And so throughout the movie, the boogeyman can mimic voices of, you know, and all this other stuff. So when you go through the movie, you could tell the mimicking is very kind of like almost like when you talk on a radio and it's like you can't hear it clearly. Like it's kind of scratched off. You could tell it wasn't their real voice.
Yeah.
But
like it was like they were trying to imitate it, but they couldn't quite get it.
Yeah, so you could tell when it was the monster talking versus someone like your actual self. But when he imitated the doctor, it was so clear. Like,
what if it
what?
I was gonna say, what if it was like somehow correlated with the doctor then? Because how else would it be?
So it was able to mimic Sadie.
Like perfectly?
Not perfectly, but pretty well. I think she was in the movie. That's kind of the only voice it mimics that I could think of other than the therapist that they were seeing, the doctor or whatever. But throughout the movie, the sister, so Sadie and Sawyer are there, and Sawyer started talking about like the things in the dark, and they're talking about their mom's death and angels and like seeing things, and they were like, oh well, like is it things, you know, your mom could have sent you or whatever the fuck, you know, like beautiful side of like anything supernatural, right? And then she was like, no, like something dark, like something evil. And so they did like a exposure therapy in a way where they had this on and off red light go. So it'll turn, the red light would turn on for a couple seconds, and it'll turn off for a couple seconds. And then throughout it, you know, the boogeyman appears throughout this light and everything. And I think that's when it started mimicking the doctor, because it was able to hear the comfort it gives to them. And I think the boogeyman uses that to get the victims closer. Because he mimics Sadie's voice, and I feel like Sadie ended up becoming more of a mother figure to Sawyer. So a lot of times Sadie's comforting her sister, and that's when the boogeyman kind of started mimicking her voice. So, but yeah, I thought towards the end she mimics the doctor. She goes back in, the doctor isn't in, the door is open, and the doctor comes in, and she's like, you know, what the fuck, bitch? Kind
of just leading into, like, there could be more?
No, not really. She, like, came in, she was like, she had no idea what she was doing in there. She was like, bitch, what the fuck are you doing in my office? You're supposed to be gone. And she's like, oh, sorry, and she, like, closes the door, and she walks off.
Well, I mean, like, since she heard the mimicking, it leading up there could be a sequel or something.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
For sure.
So, excuse my poor memory, not for the movie because I obviously didn't watch it, but did you already talk today about the
reference?
Yes.
No, I have not. Okay. So yesterday we were out, and I wanted to talk about this movie so bad, even though she didn't watch it.
I'm sorry.
But we were talking about the movie, and we discussed a movie called Host. Still a must watch. Please go watch it. But in Host, there is a, what do you call
medium?
It? A medium. Yes, a medium in the movie. This medium is also in this in the Boogeyman 2023, and it's very slight, it's very slim. I like caught it by fucking chance. Like I said, I a lot of the times I'll listen to it and then I'll watch it. So I kind of typically watch the movie twice, but I'm listening to it and I could hear her voice, and I was like, I know that voice. And I was like, bitch, what the fuck? So what I told Alyssa is I had to take a double take, because I was like, what the fuck? So I rewind it, I paused it, I zoomed in, I was like, bitch, that bitch is from Host. And it sure was. I looked up in the cast and everything, that bitch sure was in there, which I thought was crazy, because she was a medium in that movie as well. She had like her own YouTube thing, and
I think it's so
funny.
Had
to summon shit.
I think it's so funny. You were so excited about that yesterday.
I forgot about it.
Yeah. That's why I was like, excuse my poor memory, because like you might have said it and I just thought it was yesterday, but did you mention that?
It was fucking crazy. I was like, bitch, how the fuck you the same character in like every movie right now?
I really want to know if it was supposed. I couldn't find it in the brief, facts that I looked up right before the movie, but
right before the episode.
Oh, that's what I meant. The brief facts right before the episode. But I really want to know if that was like purposefully supposed to like be a nod to host.
That'd be crazy. Yeah,
Right?
we did talk about that. All right, let's get into these facts, man.
Okay. So I believe the reason that it is not like the original 3, because technically this is not based off of those original 3. It's based off of the short story The Boogeyman by Stephen King, which came out in 1973. So that's why it wasn't based off of those, because it was based off of the book. Well, short story. I don't know how long it was. That also goes into this next fact. It was originally intended for Hulu. During the test screenings, apparently
Hulu said, fuck nah.
it did so well that they gave it a theatrical release with the help of, like, the support of Stephen King. So he helped push along, being like, yo, theatrical release.
Crazy.
Yeah.
He probably knew he was going to make money.
But yeah, he's probably be like, yeah, go ahead.
I'm talking in it.
David Dastmalchian, I think that's how we pronounce it.
Lester
earlier.
Billings.
Yeah. He almost declined the role.
Really?
Yes.
I think he did. He's such a good actor.
He apparently, don't quote me because, again, I just found
We're looking things up.
I just found these right before recording, so like they could not be facts. I don't know.
They could not.
But apparently he found the material emotionally challenging because of his past struggles with mental health and addiction.
Oh, that's... Aww.
But
I feel like that makes it so... Like, the acting so much more worth it.
Yeah. And then the last one, which I'm hoping you enjoy this.
I won't.
An earlier screenplay version featured a toy lightsaber as the central light prop.
That's beautiful.
However, since Vivian Lyra Blair, is that how we pronounced it earlier?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, since she portrayed young Leia in Obi-Wan Kenobi, Disney blocked its use for the
Shut the
marketing
fuck
reasons,
up.
and that's why it got replaced with the moon lamp.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Sue fucking Disney. Fuck Disney. First of all, bitch. Fuck you. You're a dumb whore.
See, I knew you would like that fact, but also
I like
not like
anything
it.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah,
As soon as I saw that, I was like, I'm writing this one down.
Yeah, nah, I'm a big Star Wars fan, guys.
So, that was it. That was it. That's all I got. You're welcome.
Thanks. Thanks for ruining the lightsaber thing for me.
I thought you would have liked it.
I liked it, but they didn't use it, so now I'm sad.
Hey, but you might be able to find, like, if you dig deep, you might be able to find the recordings of it.
No, thank you.
What?
I'm not gonna dig deep
You
just to
could.
watch someone.
You don't want to see a lightsaber?
When two worlds collide. If you don't get that SpongeBob reference.
SpongeBob.
Yeah, I know. Every time because speaking of when two worlds collide, so the guy who plays Obi-Wan Kenobi, Ewan McGregor, I think, I can never say his fucking first name because I'm on crack. So he plays Obi-Wan Kenobi, who's is married to, what's her name? I'm stuck in my words. The girl who's the lead in Final Destination 3.
Oh, I don't remember her name, but I know who you're talking about.
I remember when we did
what was
the
her name in the show, in the movie? Wasn't it Wendy?
Wendy, yeah.
Whatever her name is in real life.
Yeah, I forgot. I can't put it on my fucking tongue right now. I could see it with my eyes, but I can't say it for whatever fucking reason. But she, I remember when we did the episode of Final Destination 3, I remember just kind of being like, well, two worlds collide. And I'm like, did Star Wars and horror?
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yes, Mary Elizabeth Winstead. Ugh. Beautiful woman. I love her. She's the best. Anyway, so I think that's where we're going to just kind of leave it off with Ewan McGregor. Ewan.
Eventually you'll get it.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead. Married when two worlds collide. Anyways, next week we got something for you. We don't even know fucking. We'll talk about it.
Yeah. You can let me pick.
Absolutely fucking not. We have much to discuss for next week's topic. Movie, because Alyssa wants to play some fuck shit. So other than that, I'm closing right now. Okay, I'm closing it. So like, subscribe, whatever else. Please, thank you. I love you. Come again. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.